Returning now to some breaking news out of the United States. This is a live update from Colorado Police. We brought you some information on that a moment ago, but let's just listen into what the latest is now. This is from the United States.
For the victims, their families, and the community of Boulder. I pray for those families, as well as everyone in Boulder, Colorado, and the nation who woke up this morning worried about themselves, their loved ones, and not feeling safe in their own communities because of yesterday's attack. I assure you that my office and our partners are here for you, and we are taking action. I want to thank the first responders, citizens and law enforcement alike, who worked to quickly end this violent attack, save lives, and tend to those who were injured. I also want to thank our law enforcement partners at Boulder Police, including Chief Redfern, the FBI, including Special Agent in Charge Michalak, and the Boulder DA's office, including DA Michael Doherty. They worked hand in hand with my office as the matter was thoroughly investigated and prepared for charges. And I want to thank our partners in D.C., including Attorney General Bondi, Director Kash Patel, and Assistant Attorney General in charge of Civil Rights, Harmeet Dhillon, for their support. My office and AAG Dhillon were in contact yesterday throughout the day, which helped lead to the federal charge that we're announcing today. My office has charged Mohammed Sabri Solomon, age 45, with the commission of a hate crime under 18 U.S.C. Section 249. When that offense includes attempted murder, the statutory maximum federal sentence is life in prison. No one should ever be subjected to violence of any kind. But our laws recognize that such violence is particularly pernicious when someone is targeted because of their race, their religion, or their national origin. According to our complaint and the charges brought by DA Doherty's office, Mr. Solomon stated that he had been planning this attack for a year. And he acted because he hated what he called the Zionist group. But what the charges allege that he did was to throw Molotov cocktails at a group of men and women, some of them in their late 80s, burning them as they peacefully walked on a Sunday to draw attention to Israeli hostages held in Gaza. And when he was interviewed about the attack, he said he wanted them all to die. He had no regrets, and he would go back and do it again. He said that he had previously tried to purchase a firearm, but resorted to the Molotov cocktails when he could not purchase a gun because he was not a legal citizen. I remind you that Mr. Solomon is presumed innocent until proven guilty. My office and our partners hope justice will help heal the people in this community and in the communities throughout the country shaken by yesterday's attack. We fully intend to hold Mr. Solomon accountable for his actions, and these charges are the first step. Thank you. I'm going to turn it over to DA Michael Doherty.
Good afternoon. I'm Michael Doherty. I'm the District Attorney for Boulder County. I appreciate the members of the media who are here today so we can help provide this update to a grieving and traumatized community. What you see here today is us standing shoulder to shoulder, ensuring that justice is done in response to this tragic and terrible attack. We stand united in denouncing hate, terror, and violence in this community. We're united in condemning acts of anti-Semitism, hate, and violence, and we're also united in a strong response to this horrific attack. I stand with this community and the people of the state of Colorado against hate and terror. And we are united in our commitment, both at the federal level and the state level, in pursuing and securing justice for the victims of this mass attack and for the communities that we serve. Boulder is a beautiful and special place, but we're not immune from mass violence or hate crimes, including violent acts of anti-Semitism that impact far too many communities across this country. And yesterday afternoon, on a beautiful day here in Colorado, a number of people participated in a peaceful walk and gathering on Pearl Street here in Boulder. It is a place where a lot of people gather every day. And the ones who joined in this peaceful gathering are now the victims of a senseless, unjustified, and horrific mass attack. And to all the victims, their loved ones, and to this community, I promise you that each one of us up here today will work tirelessly to ensure that justice is done and the defendant is held fully accountable. I want to recognize, as the U.S. Attorney did, the response by community members who helped in the minutes immediately following the attack and came to render aid to victims who had suffered through a horrific attack upon them. Also, I want to recognize the courage and the rapid response by the Boulder Police Department, who once again were called to respond to a truly horrific attack upon innocent members of our community and responded without a second of delay. I will highlight for you that there were 16 unused Molotov cocktails that were recovered by law enforcement in the hours after the incident took place. 16. So I really want to thank the Boulder Police Department and their law enforcement responders, as well as the first responders who provided medical aid to the victims. But that rapid response, with the recovery of the 16 unused Molotov cocktails, I think speaks for itself. Our office and the U.S. Attorney's Office will be working closely together and in coordination with one another to ensure that the defendant is held fully accountable. As you heard from the U.S. Attorney, the U.S. Attorney's Office will be prosecuting the hate crime against the defendant. Our office will be prosecuting the attempted murder charges and related charges at the state level. This approach will accurately reflect the actions the defendant is alleged to have taken and the harms that he caused. It will allow us to secure a verdict, an outcome, a sentence, whereby he'll be held fully accountable. It's been done, and by it I mean federal and state prosecutions jointly, has been done in other cases, most recently the Club Q mass shooting down in Colorado Springs. At the time the arrest affidavit and warrant were filed with the state court yesterday, there were 8 victims identified, and I'll touch briefly now on the charges that were filed at the state level, as well as the possible sentences he faces if convicted on.
Okay, we'll leave it there. That is the latest from the authorities in Boulder and Colorado as that investigation continues. But you saw the mugshot from the offender that we brought to you a moment ago, and we'll have the latest for you in about 15 minutes' time. But yeah, interesting stuff. It could have been a whole lot worse, with up to 14 Molotov cocktails found on the offender that weren't used, that could have been used, and he was planning it for a year.